okay. So the biggest improvement I've made in the workplace, so new to role as a leader. I've now been in this role for a year. Been in with Severn Trent 15 years. So when I came into the role, we're in a bit of a place where we're a bit behind on things as a department. So for me, the main improvement I put in place was to instill a mentality within the team of positivity. So kind of taking that attitude of, you climb a mountain, you see the very top of the mountain, you think we've got so far to go, but then actually when you stand and turn around and look to see how far you've come, you go, blimey, we've done quite a lot. And instilling that kind of mentality in the team to say, we all know what we need to do, let's look at what we have done and build on top of it. And having that kind of mentality within the team just builds upon success, so success on success. That's worked really well for me.
There's lots of things that we do in our day-to-day life in Severn Trent that makes us proud. So I was proud at getting £90 million signed off by the board for 2 new THP schemes. But the one that I just want to expand a little bit on is the employability scheme. So when it was first launched, I was a huge supporter and really believe in what we're trying to achieve in terms of giving benefit to young people who otherwise would really struggle to get employment. So in year 2, I was keen to have an intern myself, and the challenge I set to my team was, let's us be the first person to give somebody a permanent job. It's brilliant given work experience, but actually the scheme really succeeds by the actual employment. So we had a brilliant intern who got on really well with the team, showed huge potential, was absolutely fantastic in terms of his achievements and performance that he delivered. And so we basically kept a vacancy open so that at the end of his internship we could offer him a permanent job. And the huge delight in him on his first day of being a proper Severn Trent employee, and then at the end of that month when he got his first salary, I think we were more excited than he was. But as I say, I think often it is actually the people thing that gives you the most pride.
I think initially, in regards to what context that is, if this is going to be something that's personally going to affect myself, or it's actually going to affect the wider team around me, or is it some kind of health and safety risk that may be occurring? So I just really understand the contents, and then generally it's about doing the right thing. And if something doesn't feel right, I think you've got to get to the truth, find out what that truth is, even though it may be reported to someone that's up the line to yourself internally or to a very important customer. But I think it's about doing the right thing initially and making the right steps towards getting what is the right measures to take forward.
I love showing customers just how much we care, and I know that loads of colleagues do that every day. But there are a couple of times, one lady in Warwickshire had her whole garden destroyed because we had to replace one of our strategic mains. And she was so understanding, but one of the comments she made was that she'd lost her favourite peonies. So I went back to the office and had a good look on a garden centre website and found one of my favourite peonies and sent it to her. But I've done other things. I've written poems for customers. There was a lovely 72-year-old lady who'd never had written us a poem about an experience she'd had, but she'd never had a poem written back. So I sent her a sonnet. And then also, just last week, I was with Chris Giles and we went to see a couple who've been really disrupted by one of our main sewer collapses. And actually, it's not just about giving them things. They really appreciated that we sat down with them for 3 hours and just listened to their experience. So sometimes showing you care is just giving time.